So as you might have seen in the post in the blog, the basis of creating a zero payment is a scenario wherein you need to cancel an accounted invoice. Now, depending upon various reasons like company, I mean the country where you are doing business, company law says that you just cannot cancel an accounted invoice, or maybe there are other possibility like the accounting segment values are deaccurate. Like as I mentioned, you can read always the post that I mentioned. Here I'll be showing actually what are the setups required for creating zero payment, and then we'll go through a test. We'll see how to create a zero payment for an invoice. So for setup, go to Payables, setup, payment, and then for payment format screen. For benefit of time, I have already created a payment format called zero payment, ZZZ. You can see that the payment method I have used basically check, because I just need to record this payment. I am not going to send that to us to suppliers. I just created a basic method pay check. I have also selected zero amounts payments only, because this payment format I will be using only for zero payments. Currency I have used multiple multi-currency, so that I be able to create a zero payment for multi-currency. All other programs are default one, that's the seeded programs that comes with Oracle. I have not changed anything else on that. So that's for the payment format setup. Once you do the payment format setup, we'll go to the bank setup. We'll create a bank account. Here I have used Citibank as the source bank. And the bank account screen, you see I have created a bank account name. I have given the bank name as account name as Dash Inc. That you can give any bank account name. The account use I have used internal, because this is the disbursement account, internal account. The number is the actual one is the supplier. I have used, and you can use any other number here. Okay. Currency I have used USD. This should be same as the functional currency of the entity in which you are doing the bank account setup. This is the cash account, where when you create the payment, the accounting will happen. This is the account which will be credited. As I have earlier, these are all the prerequisite setups that are required. This is the cash account, actual account where it will credited. The payment will be credited. And then in the payable options, you have to mention this as a multi-currency payment, and also allow zero payment, so that this account can be used for zero payments. These are all the setups that comes from the payable setups. This is the exchange rate account. I mean, basically, if it is a, these are all default actually part of the bank account. And go to the payables document screen. Define the payables document name. This you can give any name, any whatever name you give, but generally you give zero payment doc. And then disbursement type is recorded, because I just want to record it. This is not the actual payment, and this only for the manual payment I do. Other types are combined and computer generated, which for zero payment you would not like to use that, but you can always use also. The payment format that we created in the previous step is a zero payment ZZZ that we created in the previous step. I have given the start number of the document. As you can see, I have already used this one, so you can see 3, but you can give 0 as the start number, and you can give 9999 as the last number, table document number in this for this document. So that's pretty much of it as far as the setup is required for creating a zero payment. Now let's see an actual the zero payment creation, how to create. I have an invoice. I'll show you this invoice. There is an invoice. Okay, so this is the invoice. Here you can see the invoice amount is 0 because there was a accounted distribution. Now I reverse that, so the liability becomes 0. There is the invoice, basically the invoice amount becomes 0. But in actual scenario, like because of the restriction, you just cannot reverse it. I mean, you just cannot cancel it. You can create a debit or credit memo and apply to the invoice so that the net liability to the supplier becomes 0. So it's, for example, I have taken this invoice as 0 invoice. I'll show you how to create a 0 payment for this invoice. Now let's go to the payment screen. Now for the type, you have to use manual payment because that's what the document, payable document that we have created would be for. This is the bank account name that we created, this dash in, as if you remember in the previous step we mentioned this. These are all the notes that we need to confirm. Now you see the document number is 4, that's the next document number, and the currency is USD. We'll give the supplier of the invoice, let's say it's IBM, it's daily, let's say, and that's all for the payment. And we go to enter adjust invoices, and here the invoice should come up. Actually, that's $0 invoice. Here it comes. You save it, and that's all. You created a $0 payment, and this is the invoice that has been applied to. And you can basically go and account it so that the accounting happens for this particular payment, and that's all. You see the status becomes accounted. Thank you.